Hi, everyone. Let's see. We haven't quite got anyone to join us, so we're going to keep hanging around. Jamila, do you want to just shorten your
Yeah.
host name
Yes, yes.
so we can see the whole thing?
Mhm.
Hi, everyone. Let's see. We haven't quite. Hi. Okay. Welcome to Brooklyn Gives, everybody.
Good
We're going to get
morning.
started in just a few moments. I'm Leanne Stegmeyer, VP of Communications at Brooklyn Community Foundation. My colleague today, my Brooklyn Gives co-host.
Hi, I'm
Introduce
Jamila
yourself.
Said. I'm Jamila Said, Development Communications Associate at Brooklyn Community Foundation.
Great. So we are just going to let our audience build a little bit. But first things first, we just want to just say thanks to our sponsors. Jamila, if you want to get in there and do a little sponsor shout out.
Yeah, we'd really love to thank our sponsors, Cleary Gottlieb, Kirkland and Ellis, National Grid Santander, Take-Two Interactive Software, and Song Law. We wouldn't be able to provide Brooklyn Gives without your vital support, and so we're very grateful for it. So thank you. And you'll be hearing more about our sponsors during the day. Some representatives from some of these organizations will be joining us on our live streams. And of course, we have sponsor prizes. So that's the most exciting part probably for our participants is you might be the winner of a Santander prize or the Cleary Gottlieb prize. So stay tuned. And you can find all those prizes on Brooklyn Gives to see what the criteria is. They're throughout the day today.
Great. And if you all were making donations this morning between midnight and 6 a.m., you were part of the part of the fight for the Song Law Good Neighbor Prize. We just want to do a special congratulations to the winner, Billie Holiday Theater. Yay!
Yay!
Um, really awesome. So they've gotten an extra $1,000 prize added to their total. I was looking at their profile and it looks like they've got a match going. So that $1,000 unlocked an extra $1,000 from their match. So really just great. So, and as everyone who lives in Brooklyn knows, the Billie Holiday Theater is just like backbone of Bed-Stuy community. Just so doing such amazing work even through the pandemic. And we're just so honored to have them participate in Brooklyn Gives this year. And, of course, partner with them, throughout the year because Brooklyn Gives is really every day. um, so I think we're still waiting for one of our sponsors to join us on the stream. But I will go ahead and just do a little bit about Brooklyn Gives for everyone who is joining us for the first time. Brooklyn Gives is actually in its fifth year. So we created Brooklyn Gives in 2016. So to bring the spirit, the Global Giving Day, really bring it home here to Brooklyn and make it not only the world's biggest day of giving, but Brooklyn's biggest day of giving. And so the we is, of course, Brooklyn Community Foundation. We are the community foundation for New York City's largest borough. We've been around for about 10 years, supporting nonprofits, working with donors, generating generosity. And we have so far kind of been able to give about $50 million into the Brooklyn nonprofit community over the last 10 years. And we're really hoping to just kind of grow that exponentially as more people give where they live. And Brooklyn Gives is really part of that. So we created Brooklyn Gives not only to kind of localize Giving Tuesday, but we also wanted to really spotlight organizations dedicated to social change. And that's really kind of the heart of the campaign here, is our connected to the foundation's commitment to social and racial justice, spotlighting organizations across the borough that exemplify that mission. We kicked off Brooklyn Gives 3 weeks ago, so this campaign has been churning away. We've got over 175 nonprofits now up on the site, which is by far the largest ever group of nonprofits participating. And we've got a lofty goal. We'd love to raise $1 million by the end of the campaign. And if you're really excited about Brooklyn Gives, please know that the donations will be accepted through the end of this year. So you can come back, keep researching nonprofits, keep discovering, keep supporting nonprofits until the very last moment of 2020. But of course, we're here on Giving Tuesday because we know that this is a particularly exciting day. And above all, we're just excited that everybody is really excited about giving where they live. Jamila, can you walk us through the leaderboard?
Yes, I can. So let me just share my screen here. So one of many exciting things on the Brooklyn Gives website is that we have this live leaderboard. And so as donations are coming into different organizations, you will see these lists change. So right now in the lead, we have Read 718 with just over 33,000 raised from 312 donors, which is really, really a lot. And coming in closely behind them is Exalt, Ruth's Refuge, Brooklyn Queens Land Trust, Cristo Rey Brooklyn High School, 67th Precinct Clergy Council, Inc., The God Squad. I really like that name. And they have just over $10,000 from 86 donors, Campaign Against Hunger. So as you go down, we can see that the leaderboard shows the top 25 organizations. And what's really interesting, again, is you can see the amount they've raised, but also how many people have contributed to that. So sometimes it's one donor, sometimes it's as many as 90 donors or over 100. So it really tells you a little bit about an organization. And then, of course, you can click on the organizations to learn a little bit more. But especially if you are supporting or working for a certain organization, it's exciting because throughout the day, you can check back here on the leaderboard and see the order change and see your organization get up. It's a great way to promote donations to your organization. You know, if you're here in third place and you're just inching upwards, you can promote to your donor audience that, you know, we just need this much more to get to second place. So it's just an exciting way to see who's really drumming up their donations today and who's participating. And of course, you can click and see more, and the list goes on. And like Leanne mentioned, we have so many nonprofits participating this year that this could really be a game changer. We're excited to see what organizations who are new to Brooklyn Gives will do, and those who are a little bit more seasoned, who have used Brooklyn Gives before, how they're going to do. So definitely check out the leaderboard. You can get there by clicking at the top of the website.
Thanks, Jamila. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're waiting on one of our sponsors to join the stream, but I think that doesn't prevent us from at least announcing one of our prizes. So we've got a $1,000 prize sponsored by Brooklyn Community Foundation's Board of Directors. Thanks, guys and gals. Thanks to our awesome Board of Directors for putting up the support for this morning's Jumpstart Prize. So in this morning block of our program, we're spotlighting Black-led organizations, and we're going to be joined by two leaders of two incredible Brooklyn nonprofits in just a moment. But we first want to announce the Jumpstart Prize, which is going to support a nonprofit that was randomly selected. So a nonprofit that received a donation between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. All you had to get is one donation We put it into our prize picker, and it's a Black-led nonprofit with a budget less than $250,000. So this is really small but mighty organization. And we are thrilled to announce that the winner is Brooklyn Rescue Mission. Yay to Brooklyn Rescue Mission. Incredible, longstanding Brooklyn organization. I'm going to actually do a little, just show everyone, I'm going to screen share so you all can see. Wait, hold on. How do I do this? Actually, Jamila, can you do the screen share for Brooklyn Rescue Mission? Because we just want everyone to be able to see their profile, get a little bit closer look at what they do. So it's working with food, getting food justice, food access, growing food, and what a particularly important cause at this time and during the COVID pandemic. So congrats to Brooklyn Rescue Mission. While we still wait for our sponsor, Seth from Santander, who wants to announce the Santander Prize, we're actually going to shift to the next part of our program, which is talking directly to two incredible Brooklyn leaders, and to really learn more about the work that they're doing. So with us, we have LaFrae Sy from Willie Mae Rock Camp. She is the Executive Director and Director of Artistic Programming. And we have Monique Scott, the Executive Director of the Brooklyn Free School. We're going to add you both to the stream right now. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning.
Happy Giving Tuesday.
Thank you.
Happy Giving Tuesday.
Happy Giving Tuesday.
Nice to meet you.
How are you both doing?
Fine.
Great.
Just fine, Monique. I want that energy up.
I just didn't want to speak over anyone. That's all.
Oh yeah. Well, we're in the virtual space, so I think that is just going to happen. But Monique, because you're so polite, I'm going to ask you first. Tell us about Brooklyn Free School.
Brooklyn Free School is a unique space. It's a small, private, progressive school in Clinton Hill in Brooklyn. And the goal of the school is to really give a voice to young people and make sure that young people are guiding their own educational experience and able to go as far and as vast as they would like in their interests. And then it also is a school that over the years has grown to realize that freedom really requires a focus on equity. It requires a focus on justice. It requires a focus on resistance. And so it's a school that talks about oppression and resistance on a regular basis. It's a school that makes sure that our young people from whatever age, if they're 4 or if they're in 12th grade, have the opportunity to call meetings when they feel like something is unfair, or to learn the skill of mediation, and to enjoy the counsel and support of affinity groups. And so it's a unique space in that what we do with our young people has to do with social emotional development and social justice on a regular basis. And it takes so much priority. But at the same time, we don't have grades. Our students are able to, we have a student now who is, I think, 5, who's taking a class with older students to write because they love writing and they're passionate about it. And they would not be able to be in a space where they're doing what's expected traditionally of a 5-year-old and be happy. And so we really value the joy of all of our students. And so I mentioned 2 things. I mentioned the voice and just the power of the student and that being embraced within the school, and the social justice aspect. And then there's the community aspect of really just making sure that we are partnering with community organizations, going on trips and building those relationships every week, and just doing as much as we can do in the community. I think that is a nutshell of what Brooklyn Free School is, and we do so much more. And so I thank you for having us here, and I look forward to meeting other people who maybe heard about us from here and they come visit or shoot us an email in this current climate.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Monique. LaFrae, can you tell us about Willie Mae Rock Camp?
Sure. My name is LaFrae Ski. And I'm the executive director / director of artistic program of the Willie Mae Rock Camp. And we are a music and social justice camp. We are in our 16th year serving the Brooklyn community and greater community at large. I became executive director and pitched a year-round programming initiative called Willie Mae Future Sounds that's informed by Afrofuturist philosophical basis. And it combines STEAM and social justice. And then COVID hit. And we got a space. We have a home now in Gowanus, 1,500 square feet, which is an open teaching studio. And then we have a soundproof studio for rocking. So we can have kids learn music technology, circuit bending, combine math, science, technology, and then rock. So we were able to pivot online. We had camp and we went interdisciplinary because we're named after Willie Mae Big Mama Thornton. We stand on the shoulders of a great African-American blues singer. And blues is the story of Black Lives Matter before Black Lives Matter became this movement. It's the telling of our own narratives and holding space to listen to those stories. Big Mama Thornton famously sang Hound Dog before Elvis, also wrote Ball and Chain before Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin sang it. In addition to having a way of holding yourself and moving through the world that continues to inspire young people. And currently we have in-school partnerships. We have a long-term partnership at the Young Women's Leadership School in Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Queens. We're serving about 300 youth a week. We're going into classrooms because we have a unique pedagogical approach that leans on the social emotional. And we go interdisciplinary because the same storytelling and narrative owning skills that are part of writing a song or being from the blues tradition also can be applied to podcasting and also can be applied to visual art. And also we're supporting social studies teachers, dance teachers, advisory groups, and not just teaching music. We've never been about music as a way to teach technique. It's always been about using music as a way for the student to express themselves, learn freedom, agency, self-efficacy, and to explore themselves and their place in the world around them. And I'm really grateful for all the support of the community. And because we continue to program through the pandemic, we ask for as much support and encourage you to visit our site and see what we're doing as we continue to build these partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. And we're just so honored to be in partnership with you for Brooklyn Gives and support the incredible work that both of your organizations are doing. One of the reasons that we are gathered here this morning is because we are really trying to use the Brooklyn Gives platform to spotlight Black-led organizations, as I mentioned before. And I would like to ask you both, and we'll start with you again, Monique. Why is Black leadership so powerful and important, especially in this time?
At Brooklyn Free School, we've had one other Black director at the school, and the school's been around for over 15 years. It's been a school that over time grew to have more students of color, over 50% students of color inside of the school. And that's pretty different for many private schools. But to be able to bring in Black staff of color, to be able to connect with the families that are there, to be able to know the stories that are embedded in the community and to connect to the community, I think is really important. And there is a lens that we use on a regular basis, talking about the lens of race, talking about a lens of social justice, that is in a way, it's necessary for us to have leadership in this organization and to have staff and to have family members who recognize what their children are going through and what the families are going through, and not just from an outside view, but from experience as well, and connecting in that authentic way. There aren't many private schools that provide education in this way, that are free schools at their foundation, and allow for students to grow organically, that have such a large amount of young Black and Brown students, right? And that is really important to note. And so for us to continue growing in this way, where we're supporting students who are coming from all neighborhoods in Brooklyn, outside of Brooklyn as well, but also knowing that we have a sliding scale as well, and students may pay the highest tuition rate, what we are asking for. But the goal is for any student to be able to come to this school, regardless of how much income their household makes. In some cases, we have students whose tuition may be $200 because that's what makes sense for that family. And we recognize that that in itself is an act of resistance. That in itself is a way of saying, hey, we need to be here. And if we operate in that way and we don't have other streams of revenue, and we're not gaining donations from the community, then we actually struggle to survive. We understand what struggle looks like. We at times don't have what we want to have. We aren't meeting what we expect to meet in terms of our budget, but we still make sure that the students are happy and growing, and students want to come back every year, and families state, this is our home. And in fact, throughout today, our goal is just to really reach out and get those stories and hear from families why this is their home. And on the flip side, know that spaces like this need not be as unique as they are, right? It shouldn't be that there's one Brooklyn Free School. If we can show that there is a community of Black people, of community members, students, adults, staff, families who are willing to connect to the community, and that is something that is common. And each one of those is standing in resistance. Each one of those is standing ready to speak on oppression, ready to speak on systemic racism, ready to speak on equity. Then I think our impact would be such that we're changing our society. We're changing the futures of our young people. Actually, they're changing it because they have more power inside of our spaces than you could imagine. The importance of having Black leadership is really mirroring the importance of equity in our society, and remembering our past, remembering our struggle, and being able to hold that in power in changing the future.
Awesome. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. Lafraye?
Well, with regard to the importance of Black leadership, representation is inspiration, you know, and we're here to support our youth. Willie Mae traditionally, although I'm the new executive director, I am one of the founding teaching members and longtime volunteer of Willie Mae Rock Camp from 16 years ago. Willie Mae has traditionally stood on diversity. That diversity is within our staff structure and our board structure as well. I think that it is just really important to have as many voices at the table. And also, to be quite honest, I was speaking with someone the other day who's not from the BIPOC community at all, and he told me that he didn't know anybody that had COVID. And he and his friends questioned COVID because they didn't know anybody that had it. And my question to him was, how many Black and brown friends do you have? Because this scenario is disproportionately hitting Black and brown communities. And the support that we're offering is not a way to distract. It's actually doing essential work. You know, music is not about entertainment. Music is also about building community and healing. And we have students that don't want to turn on cameras during the school day because they can't go to a barber. Or we have students whose families are now receiving eviction notices. And their trauma is in the front seat, and teaching has to be in the back seat. And holding space for the students is necessary now more than ever. And I'm really grateful to be able to be of service. It is a privilege and an honor. And as we continue to program through the pandemic and meet the moment with our programming. So thank you.
And I just want to do one final closing thought, which is, what does Giving Tuesday mean to you? LaFrey, if you want to go take it, since you're unmuted.
Giving Tuesday to me means community. Community, supporting the community. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
For me, Giving Tuesday represents, well, LaFrey community as well, but I think it represents growth and it represents family, right? So all of us coming together as a family, growing together and looking after one another. Thank you so much for having me and being able to share here today.
Monique,
thank you both.
Let's talk.
Yeah,
that's connection.
Meaning to say that because you were part of some of the past ventures I've had, and one of our first Brooklyn Free School teachers were also part of Willie Mae. So, yeah, absolutely.
I will make sure you get each other's contact information today. I also just want to say again, huge thanks to Brooklyn Free School and Willie Mae Rock Camp. They are both at brooklyngives.org. Put in the search, find them, make your donation, spread the love. There's 175 organizations on the site. So don't just show up and make one donation, fill your shopping cart and do one big checkout and you're just will feel so much better. It's a great way to start your day. All right, well, I will say goodbye and good luck. Happy Giving Tuesday to both of you. Again, thanks so much for being here. You're both gonna be eligible for more prizes throughout the day, so fingers crossed.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh man.
All right. Well, we just heard, of course, this is 2020. We just heard that our sponsor from Santander Bank has lost his internet connection.
Oh no.
The only thing he needed to join us today. So, Jamila, do you want to take the honors?
Yes, thank you. Well, I will just say I don't know everything that Seth, our friend from Santander, would have said, but again, we are so grateful for the long-standing support of Santander for Brooklyn Community Foundation. And so if you can give me a drum roll, I will let you know a little. I'll first let you know who won, and then I'll let you know a little bit about the prize.
Okay. Do you want the drum roll now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm probably going to break my computer doing this. Here we go.
Okay. Our winner of the Santander $500 early bird prize is Little Sun People, Inc. So we're so excited. I think they have an amazing name. It makes me very, very happy. But to tell you a little bit about our Santander prize, that prize was going to a randomly selected Black-led participating organization who has an annual budget between $250,000 and $1 million, who received at least one online donation on brooklyngives.org between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Giving Tuesday today. And so that organization, like I said, is Little Sun People. And so let me pull up their page to show you a little bit about them. One thing I love about Brooklyn Gives, of course, is that you learn about all different organizations. And so I was not familiar with them, but just starting to look at their page, it looks like they do some really amazing work. So I'm going to share screen. So Little Sun People, Inc. As you can see, they work with children. They are an organization that is a nonprofit that works in early childhood education, and it provides culturally responsive education to preschool learners in Brooklyn. It was founded 40 years ago, and it has brought to life the contributions and experience of people of African descent in the context of an academically rigorous curriculum that prepares their students holistically for what lies ahead in their varied academic and life journeys. So they are a smaller organization, and they have been working since shutdown in early March this year. So as you can see, they have been working with young children in a safe environment. Everything is just so adorable. Look at their page, learn more about them. We're so excited that they won the Santander Early Bird Prize.
So big congrats again. So we've had 3 winners so far today. We have had Billie Holiday Theater with the first prize of the day. We had Brooklyn Rescue Mission coming in with the second prize of the day. And now Little Sun People with our third prize. And I believe we have 9 more prizes to go. I'm going to just plug that we are currently, nonprofits are currently in the running for 2 prizes that are going to be announced at our 12:30 program. Basically, we're going to be doing prizes for organizations supported through our Brooklyn COVID-19 Response Fund. These are organizations working on the front lines to meet immediate needs across Brooklyn's communities, particularly communities of color. We're focused on food access, focused on social emotional needs, economic impacts of the pandemic. So look for those organizations at brooklyngives.org. Your donation may unlock an additional $500 or $1,000 prize for them to be announced at 12:30. So until then, happy giving, everybody.
We'll see you later this afternoon.
Yes, and brooklyngives.org. Make your donation today. Bye-bye.